Ladies, and this is the feature attraction of the evening. The best
is disqualified. Ooh. Slammed him into
mercifully with his headlock. Look out. Oh.
And Brody just going berserk here on
Johnny, look at this. Fans, there's no mistaking Billy Graham.
Getting the heck out of Dodge. And they tanned Ric Flair.
I want you and everyone listening in to know one thing. That if they ever made another guy better than me, he hasn't been made.
Fine. Nice tackle by Flair. Put Steamboat down. Good movement by Steamboat. Great leap from. And what a top. And the champion of the world on the head was the dead. Oh, come on now.
Might have hurt his leg a little bit there.
A referee stands Carbonet.
Oh! Billy plays that fight though.
Go into the ring when Roddy Piper Doc Conwell wants to go into the ring, Mr. Announcer. Right.
Here comes Koloff off the ropes. Look at the power.
Oh, he hit the back of his head. Oh! That is, to a nicer guy, it couldn't happen.
And now cracks ahead of Sting. He goes out. There went over between the ropes goes Bobby Fulton. The action all over the ring. You saw Steiner there. And now Sting banged the knee into the kidney area of Tommy Rogers. I'll apologize, ladies and gentlemen. A lot of action. Rogers with a drop kick on Gilbert. But Gilbert's not the legal man in the ring. Remember that. A great drop kick. And out once again goes Eddie Gilbert. Fulton now. He is the legal man. Fulton with a crossbody block off the top rope. The referee is out of position. And Rick Steiner with that Gucci bag of Missy Hyatt. He just nailed Bobby Fulton. Missy Hyatt's bag coming to play once again. And Steiner Hello again, everybody, and welcome to Universal Wrestling Federation. You've just seen footage of last week's battle, the victory with Hot Stuff Eddie Gilbert and Sting over the Fantastics. Hello again, everybody. I'm Jim Ross. Thank you very much for being with us. This is going to be a tremendous hour of professional wrestling action. You'll see the debut of the Super Ninja in the hour. You'll also see Terry Taylor when what should be a great scientific matchup against Gary Young. We're also going to have a new UWF Top 10, and the television main event that you will see in the hour will be Steve Dr. Death Williams taking on Freebird Terry Bam Bam Gordy. That should be a tremendous matchup. We also have Iceman King Parsons and Chavo Guerrero in tag team action. You'll see Terry Taylor competing in the hour. It's going to be a super hour of competition. We're so happy that you're with us here on Universal Wrestling. And right now, let's go to the ring and Mike Wilson.
Introducing from St. Joe, Missouri, at 275 pounds, Mike George. And from Topeka, Kansas, at 256 pounds, Art Cruz.
Art Cruz and Mike George will be taking on Iceman King Parsons and Chavo Guerrero here in our first matchup here on the Universal Wrestling Federation. Also want to remind you that in the hour we'll also see a special feature on many of the mismatches that have been taking place in the UWF. We'll also have an interview with Bruce Pritchard. They'll be interviewing General Skandar Akbar in the hour. And we'll see the Giant, the one-man gang, in action in this hour. It's going to be a great one as Iceman King Parsons and Chavo Guerrero make their way to the ring. Iceman and Chavo, I think, is going to make a tremendous duo. We'll see how this match progresses because they're in there against two tough men, Mike George and Art Cruz.
And introducing their opponents from St. Louis, Missouri, at 235 pounds, Iceman King Parsons. And from Fountain Valley, California, at
Chavo Guerrero and the Iceman. Forming a tag team combination. Mike George will be representing his team. Here at the outset of this match, Mike George, a big, powerful man. Tremendous upper body strength. And going against the superbly conditioned Iceman King Parsons. A man that's got the punch in that left hand. Former Golden Gloves boxer from St. Louis. Iceman, want to be sure and tell the folks, thanks for being with us on the great independent television station in St. Louis, KDNL. Wrist lock into the reversal, overhand wrist lock now by Iceman King Parsons. Good takeover by Mike George. George, former North American heavyweight champion. Great kip up by the Iceman and a headbutt by Iceman Parsons. We've talked about the Iceman's improved conditioning. You can see it's really paying off. He's spending a lot of hours in the gymnasium, pumping the iron, getting himself right with the competition in the UWF. Well, they're double teaming Iceman King Parsons there as referee Edward Falk is being detained with Chavo Guerrero. Perhaps that's the inexperience of the officiating, or perhaps it's an arrow Chavo's part. In any event, Iceman was being double teamed by George and Cruz. High elevation, Art Cruz in the lights, and the Iceman with a side headlock, and now there's the tag, and in comes the lightning quick and explosive Chavo Guerrero. Chavo Guerrero, some of the perhaps greatest balance of any athlete in pro wrestling. His aerial maneuvers are, well, as I've mentioned, sometimes they're really beyond description. Art Cruz now, no aerial tactics here, it's just hammering away. Cruz and George, very basic and very methodical, and it has proved to be very effective thus far. Lateral press, only a 1 count. Chavo Guerrero with a savate kick to the chest of Art Cruz, and down goes the Topeka, Kansas native. Chavo now and all 4 men coming into the ring. Iceman King Parsons taking over on Mike George. Chavo Guerrero and Art Cruz are the legal men in the ring, I believe. The rumper stumper and a flying body press off the second rope. Chavo Guerrero and Iceman King Parsons with a victory here on the UWF.
The winner, the Iceman King Parsons, Chavo Guerrero.
And we'll be right back. It'll be Terry Taylor taking. Terry Taylor and Gary Young here on the Universal Wrestling Federation. A lot of fans, time to time, will let us know via their correspondence and our conversations with the many fans that they want to see more scientific skills exhibited in professional wrestling. One way we can do that is to pit 2 men that have that philosophy, and I think that's what matchmaker Grizzly Smith has done here. I signed the contract for this match. High hip toss, and Gary Young, who has about an 11-pound weight advantage over Terry Taylor. And Young, we've seen I think his tremendous improvement and his intensity in the ring increase over the past few months. He's been there with some of the toughest athletes UWF has to offer. And he always gives an excellent accounting for himself. He's a fighter. And I think in this particular situation, Gary Young will be able to showcase his wrestling skills against one of the finest athletes of pro wrestling today and one of the most popular men in this sport, Terry Taylor. Taylor with a head scissors. Taylor with the head scissors firmly wrapped around the neck of Gary Young. Taylor trying to hold Young in there. Young, nice move by Gary Young, going from the head scissors into a pinning predicament there. Taylor, again, now Taylor coming out from underneath and back into the head scissor. That was a good move by Gary Young moments ago. There's a very attractive fan of the Universal Wrestling Federation with her camera, taking home some memories of this national television taping. You may have to get the wide-angle lens out a little bit later because the big man, 6'9", 499, the one-man gang will be making his way to the ring. That match coming up next. Excellent movement here, and I see a look of a little bit of determination has come across the face of both these men. Now these guys are friends out of the squared circle. They're earning their living right there. So the competition, you can bet, is very, very keen. Overhand wrist lock by Terry Taylor. And Taylor somewhat frustrated that Young has reversed that particular maneuver. Remember, this match is one fall of the 10-minute time limit. And with Taylor, who has to be the decided favorite in this matchup, the 10-minute time limit can be your enemy. Because a moral victory would be for Gary Young to go to the time limit draw. Or more specifically, and I'm sure quite obviously Gary Young would like to pin Terry Taylor here. And that would be, without a doubt, the biggest victory in his career, and right here on national television. Again, Taylor reversed it, and Young reversed it right back. Now, Terry Taylor has been really preoccupied with this tag team title situation. And I don't know where his mind is exactly, but I know probably right now it's a lot more on Gary Young than perhaps it was when he first came to the ring. And that's my own opinion. I didn't talk to Terry before the matchup. But Gary Young has been very, very impressive offensively thus far in this contest. Terry Taylor with a lateral press there. And now Taylor set himself a little bit early there. Perhaps a mistake by Taylor, and Gary Young tried to take advantage. And Terry Taylor came right off the ropes with his 5-arm. And we've got a pin. That was a great matchup. But Terry Taylor with that dynamic 5-arm, it brought him another victory. And a great scientific matchup between two superbly conditioned men, Terry Taylor and Gary Young. And we'll be right back to take a special look at the UWF mismatches and the giant one-man gang right after this timeout.
In just a little while, you're going to be meeting Terry Gordy here in a return match, one of the wildest battles we have ever seen. And Terry Gordy's determined. He said, you are no competition.
A return match with Terry Gordy right here in my hometown, Oklahoma City. Now, Terry Gordy, you come out here and you tell everybody how bad you're going to beat me up. Well, pal, I'm standing here right now, and I'll be standing in that ring here in a few minutes. And you can do all your talking in the locker room and tell all your buddies how bad you're going to kick my tail. But when you get in that squared circle, brother, you're going to find out how tough Dr. Death really is. Throw away all the wrestling. Throw away everything, pal, because it ain't going to be a wrestling match. It's going to be a right-down fight. And here, right here in Oklahoma. And when I hear these people start saying Dr. Death and screaming Dr. Death, you better look out, Terry Gordy, because I'm going to can you.
Coming up later on in the hour, ladies and gentlemen, a return match, one of the wildest battles ever seen in the Universal Wrestling Federation, when Steve, Dr. Death Williams, battles Freebird Terry Bam Bam Gordy.
You know, it's more than a battle, man. It's gonna be It's going to be a fight. You know, Dr. Death, he's cost me a lot. He's cost me a lot of money. He's cost me a lot of pain. And the main thing that he cost me, Mouth, he cost me the Universal Heavyweight title, and you know yourself, it's the biggest title in professional wrestling, ain't that right?
That's correct.
That's right. Okay, now, Dr. Death, you know it's me and you, boy. And I got some revenge out on you. I'm going to get you, Dr. Death, for all the pain that you cost me. For you making me lose my UWF title. And for you laying me up with this right here. But the main thing is that title, Dr. Death, like I said before and like I'll say again, there ain't you and there ain't nobody else going to stand in my way.
Welcome back to the Universal Wrestling Federation, everybody. Jim Ross back with you here in the Marriott Center in Oklahoma City. Thank you very much for staying with us. In this particular segment, we're going to take a look at the one-man gang in action in just a few moments. We're also going to go back in time and take a look at some action that happened on Power Pro Wrestling. Recently, in the Cowtown Coliseum, we had two classic examples of mismatch situation. One involving the fabulous Freebirds, the other involving Devastation Incorporated. Both these teams, along with Hot Stuff Eddie Gilbert, are masters of the mismatch. And it's become a very hot subject here in the UWF. We're going to look at those two illustrations, and then Bruce Pritchard will be talking to the general.
Dr. Death, as it's going right now, is going to be introduced to a size 13 cowboy boot. Hello!
And it's legal because this is a bad street matchup. No disqualifications in this match. The fans aren't very excited about what's happening now.
Well, you know what? I wouldn't be excited about it either, especially if I was Dr. Death. But Jim Ross, like you said, it's a bad street match. They knew what they were in for when they signed it. That's like signing to play the Giants in the Meadowlands and having only 9 guys on your team against 11. Now, here, for some reason, I don't know why, as you know, we are not aligned with Devastation Incorporated. DiBiase has ticked them off by beating the one-man gang. Eli the Eliminator, Wild Bill Irwin are out there pounding on him. Hey, it's none of our business, so we don't stick our nose in anybody's business that we shouldn't. You know that.
But, well, right, I want to elaborate on that. But what you have here is, in essence, 4 on 2.
No. What you have is 3 separate teams out here fighting it out, and we're winning.
Well, it still looks like 4 on 2 to me, and there's 2 on 1. You guys against Dr. Death.
Big PhD in arithmetic. Now, see, here comes all the guys. All their friends are going to come save them because they can't walk down bad street.
And you think you're probably getting double teamed or maybe triple teamed here?
Well, look, they're trying to. Look, count the odds. There's me and Bam Bam and Sunshine, Dr. Death, DiBiase, let's see, the missing link, the Dark Scuzzball, what's her name, Journey, and who else is out there? Jeff Rates. Yeah, see, unlimited number of odds, man.
Eli, the impressive free agent signed by Devastation Incorporated, but there is his mentor, Wild Bill Irwin, and I think people are getting a little sick and tired of these mismatches.
We just went through a gym. The Freebirds came down with their entourage, and now Irwin and Eli and Chavo Guerrero, he's going in there even up the odds with Ted DiBiase down at ringside with him. Chavo Guerrero scheduled to go against Eli here, and Ted DiBiase and Wild Bill Irwin. Irwin flailing that whip. And now Chavo Guerrero sends Eli into the corner, and Guerrero, you can bet that Guerrero and DiBiase are fired up. No more of this 2-on-1s and these mismatches that we've been encountering here in the Universal Wrestling Federation. It's time for the odds to get even and go man on man, and may the best man win. And we have got a Pier 6 brawl here, Bruce, on Power Pro Wrestling. Guerrero hammering away out here on the floor. Guerrero burying the fist, but now Eli biting away. DiBiase and Irwin are having a heck of a fight in the squared circle, and now they're coming outside the ring, and it's Irwin and Guerrero, and now DiBiase getting involved. This thing is getting completely out of hand. It started off this way, and like you said, I don't know if the match has even started, but if it has or it hasn't, we've got a fight here on Power Pro Wrestling. Well, now we've got them all 4 back in the ring again, and they're going at it. You got Chavo Guerrero and Eli, and Ted DiBiase's got that whip of Wild Bill Irwin, and he's introduced him to the leather. And the senior referee, Tommy Gilbert, comes to the ring. DiBiase not as proficient with that leather whip as Wild Bill is. Chavo Guerrero may have some skills in that. He obviously does. And we're waiting on the decision here.
Chavo Guerrero by disqualification.
Devastation Incorporated, General Skandor Akbar, Wild Bill Irwin, Eli, and the UWF Heavyweight Champion, the One-Man Gang. A lot of things going on. The UWF Tag Team Tournament, and you also have your hands full with Ted DiBiase.
Things are hot and heavy. Yes, Debussy and the gang. Debussy's learning the difference between men and boys, and a one-man gang is a man, Debussy. In addition to all the fireworks in the UWF, we got this tag team tournament coming on down the line. And those UWF Tag Championships rightfully belong in Devastation Incorporated because they were stolen from us. But the big tag tournament coming up with Wild Bill Irwin and Eli, the Eliminator, we're going to show everybody that the UWF belongs to Devastation and nobody else.
That's it, you know. It got a little hot in the kitchen for Duggan, so he's gone. But that's no matter. DiBiase, Debussy, you come on down, and if you can get by the gang, which I doubt, you'll have to step in the ring with myself and Eli.
Well, you know, General, we got the heavyweight title, and it's just a matter of time before Bad Bill Irwin and Eli get the tag team titles. So DiBiase and Doc, you better be on your top game because these two men always are.
We're going to get you a seat, Debussy. We're going to get you a seat on that airline right next to Duggan because you're going to need it. And as for Dr. Death, this is not the University of Oklahoma, boy. This is professional wrestling, a man's game. So come on out and take your punishment like a man, Dr. Death. You and anybody else that wants to sign opposite that dotted line, because Devastation is number one, and I don't care about the Freebirds. I don't care about anybody else. I care about Devastation, and we're number one.
Johnny West!
Opponent making his way to the ring. He's the biggest man in wrestling right now, the number one man.
Now entering the ring, the current UWF Heavyweight Champion from Halsted Street, Chicago at 499 pounds, the One-Man Gang. Accompanied by General Skandor Akbar, Wild Bill Irwin, and Eli the Eliminator. This match, 1 fall or television time remaining.
Johnny West here, ladies and gentlemen, on the Universal Wrestling Federation. And again, we see what we have been illustrating in many of these tape playbacks. Now, Johnny West, I'm sure, is a fine young man. I'm sure he's got a great future ahead of him if he makes it through this matchup. But Akbar with his entire entourage at ringside. And here, hopefully, perhaps they're using this as a motivational tool for Eli to watch the biggest man in wrestling. The biggest man ever to hold a major wrestling title is in the ring at this time. He is 6'9", 499 pounds, and I can tell you this, there's one Ted DiBiase that would dearly love to get that match signed with the One-Man Gang for the UWF Heavyweight Championship and take it away from Devastation Incorporated. And I know a lot of fans feel exactly the same way, as the One-Man Gang is most certainly having his way. Well, this young man from Boise, Idaho, and I don't know if they grow him that big up in Idaho. The gang with that forearm right to the side of the head, and Johnny West looks as if he could be pinned at any time. The gang draping that mass over the neck of Johnny West here on the Universal Wrestling Federation. Remember, coming up in the hour, the Super Ninja and a new top 10, plus the big main event, Dr. Death and Bam Bam Gordy. The gang setting himself at 747. The One-Man Gang with a 747. Ted DiBiase has just gone by our vantage point. There you see Ted DiBiase at ringside. Now, I don't know. Ted DiBiase is a very intelligent man. I've said many times he is the supreme tactician in the ring. But he's out there alone, and Akbar saying, come on in. And why wouldn't he say, they come on in. There's 4 men in the ring waiting on Ted DiBiase. But DiBiase showing that he is not intimidated by Akbar and his people. You got to hand it to Ted. It shows a lot of intestinal fortitude right here. Is that you know he'd love to get in the ring. You know he'd love to get his hands on the gang. And the roar of the crowd comes up, and that's the reason why the doctor has just checked in. The doctor is in and is at ringside. Things are evening up here somewhat, but as awesome a team and as awesome, and look at Akbar says, no, let's just wait a minute here. They got 4 on 2, and Akbar now is going to try to hedge his bets. I was going to say, as awesome as DiBiase and Williams are, and Ted DiBiase has just equipped himself for war. Irwin's got his whip. Akbar's got that riding crop. And now Terry Taylor is also coming to the ring. So business has picked up, as the old expression goes. Taylor, DiBiase, and Williams now at ringside. And Akbar doesn't look nearly as aggressive. He's not doing a very good selling job in convincing DiBiase to come in the ring. As a matter of fact, he's not attempting it at all. And Devastation is leaving the ring. Devastation Incorporated. When the odds got even, they hit the road. And ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be right back with more UWF action after this timeout.
Ladies and gentlemen, introducing first the 230 pounds from Dallas, Texas, Jeff Reitz.
And here's a quick look at this week's UWF Top 10. At number 10, from parts unknown, The Missing Link. Number 9, Detroit, Michigan, Rick Steiner. Iceman King Parsons, St. Louis, Missouri, number 8. Number 7, from Fountain Valley, California, Chavo Guerrero. Number 6, Bad Street, USA, Michael P.S. Hayes. Number 5, Vero Beach, Florida, Terry Taylor. Number 4, Terry Bam Bam Gordy, Bad Street, USA. The number 3 contender is Steve Dr. Death Williams, Norman, Oklahoma. The number 2 contender, Ted DiBiase, Omaha, Nebraska. The number 1 contender is Savannah Jack from Savannah, Georgia. And the Universal Heavyweight Champion, the Giant One-Man Gang.
Also introducing from the Far East, the Super Ninja. This match, 1 fall or 10-minute time limit.
The Super Ninja making his UWF debut here on Universal Wrestling. And the Ninja, I have seen him on one other occasion. And this is one of the most impressive athletes I have seen from the Far East in a long, long time. He is superbly conditioned, as you can easily see. And from the limited background of information that we have been able to obtain, we have found out that he has had just simply years, he's a young man, something like 15, 16 years of martial arts training, which really isn't unusual for Japanese athletes. This is a young man with a lot of athletic ability. He's in great condition, and his martial arts skills, I think, will speak for themselves. And another fine young athlete from Dallas, Texas, Jeff Reitz. We watched his career progress here on the Universal Wrestling Federation. So this will be a fine test between an unknown commodity in the Super Ninja and fine young athlete, Jeff Reitz. Shoulder block by the Super Ninja, and down goes Jeff Reitz. Still to come in the hour, Sting and the big main event. Dr. Death, Steve Williams, and Freebird Terry, Bam Bam Gordy, all to come in the hour. The Super Ninja now opening up on Jeff Reitz. The Ninja keeps his face covered at all times. And there's that thrust kick right to the chest. And that could easily be doing some internal damage on young Jeff Reitz here. His feet, his hands, his head, he is a walking weapon, is the Super Ninja. Jeff Reitz attempting to show a little offensive spark here, but the Ninja, I don't know if he understands the referee's count or not. It's hard to sometimes communicate with these athletes, even when they understand English. Super Ninja now. Race, nice reversal by Jeff Rates. And Rates with a drop kick sends the Ninja back to the corner. Now Rates coming in. And Jeff Rates is showing that he's got some offensive spark as well. But the Ninja reverses it right into the neck breaker. The Super Ninja right into the neck breaker. Jeff Rates trying to reverse. Super Ninja with a modified suplex there. Rates was trying to remove himself from the hold, but the Ninja just powered him up. Again, the Ninja with that side suplex. Falling back with Jeff Rates. The Super Ninja now. Very methodical man in the ring. And there's the super kick, that karate kick right to the face of Jeff Rates. And that's it. Jeff Rates down at the hands of the Super Ninja. And we'll be right back with more Universal Wrestling Federation action after this brief timeout.
Ladies and gentlemen, introducing first from St. Louis, Missouri, at 210 pounds, Bobby Walker.
Bobby Walker's opponent, ladies and gentlemen, for this matchup will be from the Hyatt Hot Stuff International Company. Sting will be coming to the ring. There's a look at the crowd here at the Myriad Center here in Oklahoma City. A lot of the fans braving adverse weather conditions to come to the national television taping. We certainly do appreciate all the fans venturing out in very poor weather to join us here at the national taping. In just a few moments, Missy Hyatt, along with her main man, Hot Stuff Eddie Gilbert, Rick Steiner, and Sting, and there you see them. And I'll tell you something, I think Steiner and Sting just may be the tag team of the future. They've got a great future ahead of them. Now let's go up to Mike Wilson.
And his opponent from every man's nightmare at 260 pounds, Sting. This match, one fall or 10-minute time limit.
Eddie Gilbert, as you noticed, did not make the introductions. He hasn't in quite some time now. Past several weeks, we have seen Sting with a slap to Bobby Walker, and Bobby Walker decided he's not going to be intimidated by this big man, and he ran right into the foot. Sting caught Bobby Walker coming right in, and there's that snap suplex. This man is really becoming an explosive competitor in the ring. Sting with a version of a press slam, and there's Missy. And Steiner standing right at Eddie's side, almost like a bodyguard. And Sting really manhandling Bobby Walker now here on the Universal Wrestling Federation. And Sting up to that second rope. He gets some tremendous velocity and great height off that second rope as he has just demolished Bobby Walker here on the UWF. Sting, I'm sure Missy Hyatt is happy. Eddie Gilbert is glad of Sting's productivity. The Hyatt Hot Stuff Company is alive and well in the Universal Wrestling Federation, and we'll be right back. It's the main event. Don't go away. Dr. Death with Bam Bam Gordy coming up next.
One of the most dynamic wrestlers ever in the Universal Wrestling Federation, Terry Taylor. And Terry, you're ready for 1987.
Yeah, I feel like 86 was the best year I've ever had in professional wrestling. Everything just seemed to fall in place for me. I had a great time. I just feel like my record's better than it's ever been. I'm in better shape. In 1987, I just feel like things are just going to take off. That's not going to just be old Terry Taylor. I feel like, you know, if you just keep on going, people start expecting things, and there's tendencies and opponents and fans and everything.
So I feel like in 1987, maybe I'll throw a few curves, maybe a few changes here and there, maybe refine my style a little bit, and maybe just surprise a few people, because in professional wrestling, it's always full of surprises, and the guy that has the most usually ends up on top of the heap, and that's what I'm looking forward to doing. Now, I don't have a title. I mean, I'm half the tag team championship right now, but I like that singles competition. Me and Jim are hanging in, but I'm looking forward right now to being sooner or later one of the champions here in the Universal Wrestling Federation, because this is the best, and I want to be figured in here, and I want to be the best also. Thanks a lot, Bruce.
I'm standing with General Skandor Akbar and the Universal Wrestling Federation heavyweight champion, the one-man gang of Devastation Incorporated. And lately, General, you have had your hands full with one Ted DiBiase.
Because you're a glutton for punishment, Debussy. And I know that you want this UWF belt. Well, we're going to let you come and get it, boy, because you got a big, stubborn head. And we'll give you all the torture and punishment you want. And I'm going to personally buy you a plane ticket out of the UWF, because when the one-man gang, 6'9", 495 pounds, finishes with your ugly body, Debussy, there's not going to be anything left. One-man gang.
Well, you know, DiBiase, I'm the dues collector, and you got some big dues to pay, and you are going to pay them one way or the other. You can count on it.
So it's a big price to pay, Debussy, for this coveted UWF championship. It's the most coveted title in the entire wrestling.
Ladies and gentlemen, accompanied by the lovely Sunshine, at 297 pounds from Bad Street, USA, Freebird Terry Bam Bam Gordy.
I find it unusual that there's not more of the Freebird family at ringside. Michael Hayes, Buddy Jack Roberts, the Angel of Death, very conspicuous with their absence, because this is just not quite their style. Terry Gordy with only Sunshine there, and I know Dr. Death could care less if Sunshine was there or not. But in just a few moments, the complexion of this facility will change in a hurry, because we will bring to the ring a man that has spent a lot of time just down the road in Norman, Oklahoma, the four-time wrestling machine, the four-time wrestling All-American, I should say, but he is indeed a wrestling machine. Steve Dr. Death Williams, what a matchup this is going to be, as the crowd in the background, as they anticipate number 76's arrival to the ring. Steve Dr. Death Williams with that OU chant. Dr. Death will come to the ring alone. He is a man among men, and this is his town, this is his city. Steve Dr. Death Williams making his way to the ring, and this should be one of the most classic battles that has ever been televised in the history of pro wrestling. You're going to see it right here. Dr. Death and Terry Gordy, they've been on television before with this match. It was a classic, and it's been signed again. And now to sit back and enjoy what we think is going to be one of the greatest television main events that we've ever had the privilege of bringing you.
And his opponent now in the ring from Norman, Oklahoma, at 276 pounds, Steve Dr. Death Williams. This match, one fall or television time remaining.
Steve Dr. Death Williams. Some of his friends from the University of Oklahoma here in attendance. As we have mentioned, weather here recently, and I'm sure in many, many parts of the country, has not been ideal. It certainly isn't ideal here, but we've got a very enthusiastic crowd, and they're here to see Dr. Death battle the Bammer from Bad Street. And Gordy didn't want to break, and Dr. Death just pushed him away, and they're breaking down right here. And brother, if you want to fight, the doctor's got the prescription. Steve Williams with a dynamic clothesline on Terry Bam Bam Gordy. Now remember, Gordy's 6'3", maybe 6'4", but he's 297. He is a big man. And there is Sunshine, who is certainly not too pleased with what has transpired here thus far. But Terry Gordy has got a world-renowned reputation as one of the toughest men ever to step in the squared circle. Well, I'll tell you something, that man is from a different planet. He is from a whole different ball game. Steve Williams Williams and Terry Gordy locking up. And now it's Dr. Death. He's been in the corner of this man before. You got to be careful and be very, very cautious. But Gordy, Doc had covered up above, and Gordy went downstairs with that knee. And now Gordy showing that he has that mean streak. Oh, yes, indeed he does. Terry Gordy trying to set Williams for the suplex, but Dr. Death suplexes Terry Gordy. He's on top of the lateral press. And we got a 2 count. The crowd here, many of them chanting OU. And we've got some Oklahoma State fans here, but even when the Doc's in the ring, he commands that respect. He's earned it. The wrestling ring right here. He competed in the NCAA championships right here in this facility. He played football in Norman, Oklahoma, University of Oklahoma, 30 miles down the road. So this match is a big match for Dr. Death, with many of his friends, former teammates here. And on national television against a man that he has said publicly is perhaps the toughest man he has ever been in the ring with. And I think that's a supreme compliment for Terry Gordy. Gordy now. Remember, Dr. Death had knee surgery just a few weeks ago. Gordy, that's great strategy. Gordy went to the knee. Dr. Death reacting to his knee being kicked, and then Gordy suplexed him. Gordy changing his pace, mixing his game plan up. It's rather interesting to see Gordy's game plan thus far, and it has been sound. Williams now with those stinging rights. The Doctor right behind Gordy, and there's a suplex. Steve Dr. Death Williams right behind Terry Gordy. And up and down went Gordy off 297. Now the side headlock is firmly secured by the Doctor. And Sunshine does not like what is transpiring. And Dr. Death does like what he hears. And we've got to take a commercial break. Don't you go away. We'll be right back. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Steve Dr. Death Williams trying to get back on the offense, but Terry Bam Bam Gordy has the decided upper hand in this contest. Williams hit his head on the steel post thanks to Gordy, and Williams has suffered a laceration, and Gordy's taking full advantage of this situation, trying to get Doc up in the pile driver, but Williams reaches down with all he's got to power out. If Gordy would hit the power driver right there, I got to think this would have been over. Doc with his Dr. Death's got Gordy out, and he's got him in the power driver. Dr. Death with his tremendous conditioning and his fighting heart. Dr. Death without a lateral press. Referee taking a close look at both these men. This is such a physical contest. This is such a physical matchup. Anywhere they are, in tag team matches, in single matches, whatever it is, this is a supreme matchup between two big, tough, proud men, two superstars in this sport. And you're seeing it right here. This is the Universal Wrestling Federation. And Gordy and Williams now outside the ring. The referee is counting. Senior referee Tommy Gilbert in there. Both men back into the ring. Williams is still bleeding. And Gordy's back on the attack. He's a relentless man in this contest here on the Universal Wrestling Federation. Gordy busted open. Williams busted open in this contest. Dr. Death with a glazed look on his eye, and you don't see that too often as Gordy rips away at the face of Steve Dr. Death Williams. I was just just about to say, it's been Gordy and Doc, no outside interference, nobody to bother anybody, but ladies and gentlemen, making their way to the ring is Buddy Jack Roberts and the Angel of Death. But Dr. Death, I don't know if he's even seen him. He's fighting for all he's worth. Right hands and left hands right into the face. Ladies and gentlemen, we're just about out of time here. We're going to keep it here as long as we can. We'll bring you the conclusion of this match next week if we don't have time for it. Ted DiBiase and Terry Taylor have come to the ring. This is not going to be Freebird justice, and the fans love it. Let's keep it one-on-one, and may the best man win. Double clothesline by these two big men. We're inside 60 seconds. So many of the people here standing here in the Marion Center as Williams and Gordy have battled in and out of the ring. And Gordy going for the elbow, and Dr. Death moves. DiBiase and Taylor cheering on their friend. And we don't have a lot of time left. Remember, we will bring you the conclusion of this next week if we do not have the outcome decided, and we're inside 30 seconds. What a matchup. Williams now trying to cover. He is covering Gordy. Count of two, and Gordy kicks out. These two men they've been lacerated. They pounded and pounded on each other. What a phenomenal matchup. The crowd's into it. The Freebird family at ringside. Ladies and gentlemen, we're just about out of time. It's going to be a great hour next week, an update on the tournament. But right now, ladies and gentlemen, we're just about out of it. We're just about out of time. We'll be back next week. This is Jim Ross. We'll be back next week for more UWF action.
Ladies and this is the feature attraction of the evening. The best
is disqualified. Ooh. Slammed him into
mercifully with his headlock. Look out. Oh.
And Brody just going berserk here on
Johnny, look at this. Fans, there's no mistaking Billy Graham.
Getting the heck out of Dodge. And the tanned Ric Flair.
I want you and everyone listening in to know one thing. That if they ever made another guy better than me, he hasn't been made.
Fine. Nice tackle by Flair. Put Steamboat down. Good movement by Steamboat. Great leap from. And what a chop. And the champion of the world on the head was the dead. Oh, come on now.
Might have hurt his leg a little bit there.
A referee stands stubborn.
Oh! Till he plays that fight off.
Go into the ring when Roddy Piper Doc Conwell wants to go into the ring, Mr. America. Right.
There comes Koloff off of the ropes. Look at the power. Oh, he hit the back of his head. Oh!
That is, to a nicer guy, it couldn't happen.